All right, fans, welcome to Austin Tyndall, where we are almost ready to go for this USL League 2 between your Nona FC Longhorns and Brooke House. All right, so of course, this matchup between Nona and Brooke House in the Southeast Division. Nona currently sitting third on points per game on exactly 2. Brooke House still looking for their first victory of the season. Nona FC will be in the all orange. Brooke House in the white shirt, gray shorts, and white socks. But there is your Nona FC squad for today through lineup. Now, so from last time out, as Nona really losing the season away at 3-0. We'll actually wait for the game to kick off, and then we'll go for the lineups. But it looks like we are all ready to go for what will be Nona's 8th match of the season. This will be Brooke House's 10th. Actually, their final, or is it? No, they have 2 more after this one as well. But there we are. We're kickoff, and we are underway at Austin Tyndall. Nona against Brooke House. I'm Edgar Rodriguez, your commentator for tonight. As the ball is already all the way at the back for Brooke House. So lineups, starting with Nona in goal. Shane Wright keeps his spot. Right back, Richie Thompson. Center backs, Clarence Lorio. And Issa Hamidou is in there alongside him today. Left back, Nick Stanhofer. In the middle, Alan is joined by Jacob Restrepo. And then we have Charles All on the wide flank. Simon Afrifa on this near side, and then up top we have Christian Kraus and Georgios Kolinatis. As Brookhouse look for a little breakthrough there, Thanhofer goes down and does get fouled, so free kick Nona's way. For Brookhouse in goal, Alessandro Malterer. Their back line, Dane Christensen, Kobe Vasquez. And then we have Zachary Pless. And then Joseph Street, Braden Brumbaugh. Remy Thompson, Casey Atwell, Ian Silva, Brandon Morgan, and Eric Wasendorf make up the 11 for the visitors. As here is Wasendorf trying to get past Simon. Can't get past Thompson, though, as Wright sends it long. Looking for Kraus, and you might actually find him. Here is Christian Kraus running towards the box. Has George for support. Here is Kolinatis, has 2 on him. Goes back to a free thought. We'll look to take him on. That ball comes off of Vasquez. Be a throw in for Nona. As I said, Nona looking to bounce back from a disappointing result away at the Villages, away at their arch rival Brave SC. There's a good ball threaded for Thompson. The cross over hit, though. It'll be out for a throw in for Bros. That was Nona's first defeat of the season. But now back home for the next 2. Bill next Tuesday before they go to Brooke, and then third is the second rodeo derby of the season here at Austin Tyndall. So have that date marked on your calendars. That should be a great one. But first, they have to take care of Brookhouse, who sit 5th. No wins, 5 losses, 4 draws. They sit 2nd from bottom in the Southeast so far this season. As Nona have a throw-in on that far side. Thanhofer over it. Here is Restrepo. Of course, it's usually Dre and Ajakwa in the midfield. Ivan given a rest for this one, so Restrepo given the start for the first time this season. Here he is, the number 6. Coming out wide. Here's a free thought. Coming up against Vasquez. He puts the ball in. It's better this time. Headed for Kraus. Couldn't get a finish on it. The ball contested in the midfield. Restrepo will pick it up once again and go back to Clarence, who started away at Brave at center back. That's 2 straight starts for the Frenchman now. Here's Restrepo. The midfield on it was Morgan Brookhouse. Here's Silva. Trying the outside of the boot pass. Throw Nona. All will be over there to take it. Actually leaves it for Thanhofer, who was asking for it.
That's what I'm trying to look at right now. Yeah,
there is Dre.
Camera does look bad. I don't know why. It looks good on my end.
There is Thompson. Clarence again at the back. Jacob goes to Hamidou. All comes inside with the ball for Nona. Kolinatis. A free foot takes a touch. Challenging Vasquez. Out wide for Thompson on the overlapping run. Here's Restrepo. With the ball in, looking for Kraus. Instead, it'll be Malterer in Brookhouse goal, coming out nice and early. And that was a little back heel from Morgan. Attempted. Silva. Wins it back. Kraus dropping deeper to win the ball. All couldn't take a touch with the defender right behind him. It's eventually cleared, but only as far as Dre. Was Kraus offside? Brookhouse are asking for it. It's all in the ball. Charles, the tingle. Baltimore gets a touch on it. Kolinatis now. And just had his back towards goal. Couldn't find a shooting chance. Wasendorf leaves it for Silva. Dre with the interception for Nona. So Charles All coming closest for Nona in these early stages. They'll want more as Brookhouse getting constant feedback from their head coach as All goes down under a heavy challenge. Be a free kick for Nona near the center of the. So far, Nona controlling possession as per usual. Top priority, of course, put the Derby behind him as that passes way overpowered for Thompson from Lorio. It'll be a throw in Brookhouse on this near side. Here's Vasquez, the captain. Afrifa got the last touch on that one. So another throw in for the visitors right under the camera. And it'll be a free kick for us. As that is Lorio down now. Not quite sure what collision happened there. Is down. Physio. Crispin from Nemours. So just a few minutes in, it looks like Lorio is getting back up. Just kind of grabbing his thigh area there, limping to the side of the pitch. Nona would not want to make an early change. So hopefully he can continue at the back, but it is Vasquez over this free kick for Brookhouse. Whenever the referee blows his whistle. And we are back underway. Goes to this near side, Wasendorf. Cuts inside on a free fire hit. Ian Silva. And it will eventually be a goal kick for Nona. Just a little miscommunication from Brookhouse. But Shane Wright will have his first goal kick of the match. Goes short to Hamidou. Looking for options. Here's All, who dropped deep. Here's Kraus looking to take the touch. Ian Silva is there to bring it forward for Brookhouse. Feeds it through for Morgan. But it's great defending from Dre. Just couldn't keep hold of it. Silva once again towards the corner flag. The ball comes in. Headed away pretty comfortably by Hamidou. Dre trying to get out of a tight area there. He had two Brookhouse players on him, including the number 9 Thompson. But it is a free kick. Brookhouse once again. Vasquez looks like he is over this one. He's going to feed it into the box. Into the middle. Handball shout potentially. Now, Nona might be able to release some of that pressure. Here's Afrifa, who came centrally. Hamidou. There's Charles All. Lorio. Back to Restrepo. Alindre in the midfield for Nona as they look to counterattack quickly there. Afrifa just running into some trouble. Here's Restrepo, though. Restrepo might look for the shot. It was blocked from very close to him. He stays down, and now Brookhouse up the other way. Morgan. And Thompson took it off the toes of Wasendorf, but the referee blows his whistle. And once again, Clarence is down, and he might not be able to continue here. We'll see if a substitute comes on, but it does look like Clarence is struggling here. That is the second time he goes down. Hamidou looks to restart play, though, from a drop ball. As it looks like the referee waves Clarence back on. Or no, it is an early change. Eddie Mensah comes on for Lorio. That's unfortunate for him. A very shortly lived match today, but it is now Hamidou and Mensah. This your center back pairings for Nona. Afrifa lays it off for Thompson. Back to Simon Afrifa. Coming inside is Restrepo. Charles All out wide if he can find him. There he is, the number 18 for Nona. Thanhofer on the overlap. All decides to go back to Restrepo. Alindre. Coming forward, here's Thompson. Looking to feed it into Kraus and behind. Here is Kraus. Putting it in towards Afrifa. It is intercepted. And now Vasquez looks to clear it. Mensah finds Restrepo, though, as Nona have the possession back. Thanhofer over to All. Kolinatos making the run for him. All decides to take his time. Goes back to Restrepo. Thanhofer. Here's Eddie Mensah off the bench. Came on much earlier than he would have anticipated, but always ready. Hamidou with the long ball looking for Thanhofer. It looks like Brumba will shepherd it out of play. Went down there with Thanhofer over the corner flag. But Malterer will have himself a goal kick. Malterer in goal for Brookhouse. Did very well with the Wright State Raiders this past season. Led the team and his league in saves. So he'll, of course, be hoping for a shutout. Although Nona have only been shut out twice this season, which was away at Brookhouse and last game away at Brave. The reverse fixture was the first match of Nona's season in Winter Park. Finished 0-0 against Brookhouse. But truth be told, Nona should have had plenty of goals that day. They were just a little wasteful, as they'll look to put a few past them today. Wasendorf finding Morgan. couldn't control it as he would have liked. Ball from Hamidou is short, though. It's intercepted by Vasquez, who comes forward. Morgan ran into Thanhofer, and now Nona can come the other way. Here's Kraus. Assessing his options. Here's Charles All. Restrepo. Time and space in the midfield. Plays it over for the Nona captain, Dre. Kolinatis takes a brilliant touch. Here's a Frifa putting the ball in. Malterer once again coming out and looks to release it quickly for Brookhouse. And now down that far side here is Morgan. Wasendorf is in the middle. It was just over his head as Thompson keeps it in play and will drive forward for the Longhorns. Going directly for Kolinatis. Gets the ball taken off him, though. Now, Brookhouse coming the other way. Wasendorf making a long run. In the end, runs out of room. That was actually Joseph Street, the number 7. So Nona throw it in on that far side. Eddie Mensah. Thompson. Afrifa. Few touches on the ball for the winger so far. Afrifa, who of course scored with his first touch of the season away at Florida Elite, as Nona took the 3 points that night. That ball from Dre finding Thanhofer. Now Charles All in the box. Kraus is there. Afrifa puts it into the side netting. And that is a huge chance for Nona. Afrifa will be wanting that one back. He was pretty clear on that far post, and huge chance squandered for Nona. But they know they can cut through this Brookhouse defense. And that ball from the back, Afrifa intercepts it. Maybe he gets a chance to make amends immediately. Malterer didn't keep it. Kraus is there, looking for any leftovers. Kraus. Restrepo looking for the shot. It's blocked again. Here's All. Here's Kolinatis. Restrepo. Back to Dre as Nona having some more possession in their final third. All. Afrifa. Running at Vasquez. Goes down. It's a great challenge. Got the ball, but the clearance only as far as Mensah. As Nona looked to recycle possession. Back to right. Here is Issa Hamidou. Goes short for Restrepo. For that ball, Richie takes it on his chest. Afrifa, the give and go with Thompson. Will he be able to keep it in play? Yes, he does. Fakes the cross. Afrifa back to Dre. Has time on it. Dre beats his man not once, not twice. Oh, what a finish! Alan Dre puts it into the bottom corner. And the Nona FC captain puts his side in the lead. It's 1-0 to the Longhorns. Dre beat about 3 challenges to get into the box there, as he encourages Afrifa to keep going. After he missed his chance, Dre puts it right into that bottom corner. And Nona do have their early goal, which is exactly what they would have wanted. As Brookhouse will get us back underway. So then, Dre with his 3rd goal of the season. The previous 2 were from the penalty spot. He'll be very happy with that one. But Brookhouse looking to respond quickly. Here's Wasendorf out wide, and it looks like he was offside. Just didn't time his run. It's back with Eddie Mensah. Right in goal hasn't been tested so far tonight, as we are around 20 minutes into this one. Restrepo finding Thanhofer out wide. Couldn't take a touch. Much better crowd here at Austin Tyndall compared to the last two fixtures. Of course, the schedule was just kind of conflicted with other big events on the same day. For example, the US and Brazil playing at Camping World on the same day as Nona. And of course, then we had a game right off the back of Memorial Day weekend, but much better today as they support the boys as Kraus fouls his man. That was Zachary Pless going down there and restarting play. Comes back to Pless. Malter in goal. Silva going back to Christensen. There'll be a throw in on that far side. As Brookhouse look for some relief. That long ball headed by Hamidou. Goes out of play for a Nona throw this time. Thanhofer over it. Once again thrown in by Nona. Of course, at the same time as this match, Brave take on Florida Elite, and preferably for Nona. They would absolutely love it if Florida Elite can take some points off of Brave to just close that gap at the top of the table as Thompson runs forward. Goal scorer, Alandre. Restrepo out wide. Thanhofer lays it off for All. Just looking to grow into this one. All. A lot of the play coming on this near side with Thompson and Afrifa. But of course, the goal coming centrally. Nona exploding all areas of the pitch so far. Here's Afrifa getting past Vasquez. Second time of asking, Wasendorf was there to support. Kolinatis now. Vasquez goes over the ball. No foul, says the referee. Kolinatis has a chance to lift it into the box. It was over Kraus. No one behind him. For Brookhouse as Hamidou very calmly feeds it into Dre. And Nona come again. Thanhofer. Kraus out wide. All. Restrepo has some time to pick out Thompson. Restrepo, here's All, taking it down under pressure. Goes back to Hamidou. Restrepo. Motoring past Thompson. All. It's back for Mensah as Nona patiently worked their way up the pitch as that ball is intercepted well. Although the pass from Vasquez straight to Shane Wright. As the referee just halts play, and now it's a Brookhouse. Well, actually, Restrepo was down for Nona. There was also a Brookhouse man kneeling over. Not sure what Restrepo's asking for. But it looks like he'll come off of the pitch briefly. And once again, the play will restart from the drop ball, this time to the keeper, Shane Wright for Nona. Who has plenty of time. As it looks like Nona are with 10 men for the moment. As Restrepo gets treatment on this near side. Here's Mensah. Wins the ball on that challenge. It was a 50-50 challenge, came away with it. Dre now from a deeper position. Looks to switch the play over to Kraus very nicely. All takes a great touch. A forward touch, a free fa. Just couldn't bring it down. Street was contesting with Hamidou for that one. Fouled the Nona defender. As the Brooke House attackers have not had much to feed off of so far. There's Kolinatis out on that far side. All goes back to Thanoffer. Kolinatis back to Charles All, puts in a good-looking ball, but intercepted just in front of Afrifa. And then that challenge on All looked like a nasty one, and it is a red card for Brooke House. Two-footed, studs showing, and the referee did not hesitate with that one. Brooke House are now down to 10 men. Thought maybe the referee would give him a little bit of leeway, given the fact that it was his first challenge and so early in the game, but puts down a marker. A terrible challenge on Charles All results in a red card for Brooke House. And Nona will now have the man advantage. I mean, the tackle probably did warrant a red card. As I said, two-footed. Stud showing as Nona make another first half substitution. Looks like Ebenezer Laria is on. Number 21 for Nona. So All, who got tackled, which resulted in the red card for Brooke House, is now over this free kick. Thankfully, not hurt on that potentially dangerous challenge. Brooke House look like they haven't made a change, at least substitution-wise. As it looks like everyone is set. So then, Charles All is ready to take this free kick. The referee just has to blow his whistle. Not entirely sure what he's waiting for here. Anyway, Brooke House will have to play a large chunk of this one with 10 men. Finally, ready to get going again. All into the middle. Kolinatis was the first man there. Ebenezer is on it. Quickly couldn't take the best touch, and the shot ends up well wide of the target. So Brooke House will have a goal kick. And they'll have to approach this one very differently now, given the fact they're man down. Kolinatis applying the pressure for Nona. Ebenezer in there as well. The whole front line for Nona putting pressure. That kick from Malter, high but not far. Here's Kraus. Just running into so many Brookhouse defenders in front of him. It's not carried out well, though. Mensah winning it back for Nona. Brookhouse just have not been able to have a good spell of possession. It's been all Nona so far. Afrifa had that glorious chance earlier on. We'll hope he has another shooting opportunity soon. Mensah back to Hamidou. Larea in the midfield now. So lots of players for Nona who haven't seen much game time so far this season. Now playing a pivotal role in this matchup. Alan Dre driving forward. Thompson always looking for that ball into the middle. This time it was low. Afrifa looking for Dre. In the end, it's cleared out once again to Wazendorf. What can he create for Brookhouse this time? Thompson very easily winning the ball back. Afrifa now. Although that ball straight at Morgan. Actually, Ian Silva. But just gives it right back to Nona. Here's Hamidou. It was a good interception initially by Silva. Just going to keep it for Brookhouse. Now then, Afrifa looking for Kolinatis. Overhit again. So goal kick Brookhouse. But overall, Nona will be happy with how this one has started. Malter sending his team up the pitch. Looks like he's going to kick this one long. Maybe that'll be the best route for Brookhouse now. There's Brandon Morgan on it for Brookhouse. Although it's a foul. So the play will be restarted from the center circle. Atwell was fouled. Now then, Nona looking to come forward once again. That was Thanhofer. The ball always seemed a little behind him. Kept it, though. Here's All. Hamidou. With possession for Nona. Richie Thompson. Out wide once again to Afrifa. Those two have linked up a lot so far this first half. Kolinatis cuts back on his left foot. Dre. All just stretching forward. Thanhofer's there. Can Kraus get in front of his man? All maybe getting fouled there by Morgan. The referee thinks so, and it's right on the edge of the area for the Longhorns. Charles All going down. So a brilliant free kick opportunity. All gives the ball to Kraus, who looks ready to take this one on. The number 9 for Nona in great goal-scoring form, especially at home. Charles also going over there as the left-footed option, but it is Kraus placing the ball down. Let's see what comes from this then, as the referee makes sure the wall is properly placed. Everyone's ready. Kraus over this free kick. Kraus shoots, goes low, and it's just wide of the post. It did take a touch off of one of the Brooke House defenders in the box, so it'll be a corner from this near side for Nona. But that just whizzed past the post. Not a bad effort from Kraus. The corner will be taken by Dre near post. Kolinatis was eager. Ball not cleared. Silva getting challenged by Thanhofer. Manages to put it into the box. Kolinatis just couldn't get a touch. And it is eventually cleared by Brooke House. Hamidou at the back. Ebenezer in the midfield. Settling in nicely to this one. So already early changes for Nona. Lorio and Restrepo having to come off. Eddie Mensah and Ebenezer Larea coming on in this first half. Thompson backtracking on his run to receive it. Goes direct for Dre. Kraus just slipping on the surface there. Nona get the ball back very quickly. Once again, Thompson intercepting. You can tell now Brooke House just setting up with two lines of four. And their striker as they look to not leak too many more goals. Afrifa challenging Vasquez into the middle for Kolinatis. Takes it down. Kraus back towards goal. Looking to turn. Another corner for Nona. As it'll be Ebenezer this time to whip one in. It's usually Alan Dre over the corners. Let's see if this will be a better delivery for the Longhorns as they look to add their second goal of the evening. Corner will come in. It's whipped in with lots of pace, lots of power. All at the back post, keeps it alive. Fed back in, Kraus off the post. The rebound by Thanhofer was cleared off the line. Very close from Nona once again. They'll come quickly. Ebenezer. Kolinatis back to Larea. Thompson just telling his teammates to calm down. Mensah forward. Dre. Out wide. Here's all. Mensah in the box. Nona will have another corner. What a chance, though. I believe that was Kraus's header off the post. Then it fell to Thanhofer right in that 6-yard area. Just couldn't apply the finishing touch. All will whip this one in, though. Silva over there marking. Dre lays it off for all, thinking about the shot. Oh, it's a brilliant save over the bar by Malterer. It'll be yet another corner for Nona, who are now getting chance after chance. It was a brilliant save by Alessandro Malterer, though, must be said. Tipping it over the bar. All knew exactly what he wanted to do with that one. Just put his foot through it. A little bit of bend, looking for that top corner. Larea puts in this corner in, though. The header, is it in? It is. Kolinatis applies the finishing touch for Nona as they double their lead. I believe the initial header was from Hamidou. But Kolinatis, the striker he is, from close range, makes it Nona 2, Brooke House 0. Which puts Nona in a very comfortable position now as we already approach halftime. It looks like Brooke House have made a change. We'll see. We will confirm that one shortly. But it is Kolinatis with the finishing touch and doubling Nona's lead. Vasquez, the captain for Brooke House, over this throw-in. Looking for the best option. Just go forward and direct for Street. Dre was there, though. As it is back with Shane Wright in the Nona goal. Larea. Over to Thanhofer, who once again came close from one of those corner opportunities. As we're in the 42nd minute. Now All then takes it on the turn of Frifa. Nona have a lot of space to work with. Here's Thompson chasing that one. Brings it down nicely against Vasquez. This time the Brooke House man wins the battle. Although very well in there by All. Puts the early ball in. Just bounced past Kraus. Kolinatis will keep it alive for Nona. Dre lays it off for Thanhofer. Puts in a looping ball. Malterer, now for the first time, comes up with the catch from the crossing opportunity for Nona, who have enjoyed the domination of this first half, as expected, for the Longhorns back at home. As Hamidou wins the header, keeps it in play, not quite. Throw in Brooke House on that far side. Now the switch of play, Vasquez coming up for it. Although Thompson was ready. Wright sends it long, looking for Kraus under pressure. Afrifa, though, is able to take it down, and it was Peter Matthews, the number 22, on for Brooke House. Afrifa finding Kolinatis. That shot ended up getting blocked by two Brooke House defenders in the end. Vasquez out wide here for Silva. And that was Casey Outwell looking for Wasendorf, who looks like has gone up top for Brooke House as they've changed their shape a little bit in the attack. Nothing doing so far, though. Dre over here to All. Back to the Nona captain, Thanhofer. Leaves it for All. Lots of opportunities for Nona so far this first half. It's 2-0. Could have easily been 4 or 5. Which bodes well for the rest of this one. Here's All. Lays it off for Thanhofer, making the overlapping run. That came off of Remy Thompson. So it'll be a corner kick once again for Nona on that far side. Charles All is over it. Lots of targets in the middle. Thanhofer, Kraus, Afrifa. So then, Charles All. Whipping it in, close to Malterer. Once again, shown that he is confident from those balls getting whipped in. Not too troubled with them so far tonight. Nona have definitely tested him. Dre looking to bring it down under pressure. That header straight at Afrifa, and he'll have the shot, and it just goes over the bar, and Kraus wanted that fed in. So, big opportunity for Kraus, potentially, although Afrifa took the shot. Malterer once again send this one long for Brooke House as the halftime whistle should be coming up. We're into injury time in this first half. Kraus over to Kolinatis. Plus almost intercepting it. Kolinatis wins the throw in as it came off of Peter Matthews, the substitute for Brookhouse. Here is Kolinatis once again. That time coming off of Ian Silva. So Thompson will try again from the throw. Larea. Hamidou as Nona look to attack once more before the halftime whistle, although that one just beyond Kolinatis. Here's Atwell finding Silva. Brookhouse potentially. Wasendorf in behind Hamidou, who slipped on the surface, although Thompson was there to get possession back for Nona. Looks like a break was on. Silva was coming forward very confidently, although Nona got themselves out of trouble very efficiently. Here's All off the pass of Thanhofer, who is just going up and down that far flank the whole match, just like Thompson. Thanhofer on that far side, coming inside for Dre. All lays it off for the captain. Here is Kraus. Now gets a shooting opportunity. Cannons off the crossbar, and then All just got his shot saved on the line from Malterer. Another big chance for Nona. Oh, what a hit from Kraus, though. Right off of that crossbar. I think it's still shaking. Put all of his power behind it. Definitely be looking for his goal. Continue looking for his goal. Number 9 for Nona. And All getting past his man. Very nicely done. Now Kolinatis is trying to run on it. All does get fouled, and it is the second booking. The first yellow card for Brookhouse. As it is Ian Silva. He's seen a lot of the action so far. Probably one of the most involved from Brookhouse. Although this free kick much further than the first that Kraus almost finished. All will feed it into the middle. Malterer comes out. Mensa was challenging for it. Although a free kick is eventually given the way of Brookhouse. And that is the halftime whistle. Nona go into the break 2-0 up thanks to goals from Kolinatis and Alan Dre getting his third goal of the season. But we will be back in around 15 minutes time for the second half of this one. Halftime at Austin Tyndall. Nona 2, Brookhouse 0. Alrighty, fans, we are ready to go for Alrighty, fans, we are almost underway for the second half as your Nona FC Longhorns lead Brooke House by 2-0. Brooke House will get us underway. I did see Humphrey Doe come on for the third change for the Longhorns. And we are all just waiting for the referee's signal. And we are underway. Brooke House kick us off for the second 45 here at Austin Tyndall. Nona will look to continue their domination from the first half. Had to make 2 changes in that first half, of course. Restrepo and Lorio coming off injured, but yeah, we're good to go. As Thompson has it on this far side. Here's All. Allen feeds it back into Charles All, and now Doe getting his first touches on the ball. Kolinatis might be able to get there. Malterer is there in front of him. Brookhouse will play it out of the back. As they look to clear it forward. Thanhofer was contesting it on the header. Here's Hamidou. As it's back with Shane Wright as Wazendorf was applying pressure on Wright. Very calm, cool, and collected from the Nona keeper to just cut inside and send Wazendorf. Anyway, Thompson looking for Doe. Gets intercepted just in front of him. There is Mensah. Thompson on the turn. Silva was on him. Beating Silva. Here's Doe. Sending it out wide for Thompson. That pass opened up. Strong challenge in there by Pless, who stays down after it. There might have been contact with Thompson's boot and the top of his head. Looked like it was inadvertently. But Pless does stay down for Brookhouse. Of course, Brookhouse getting the red card in that first half, which means they'll have to play this entire second half with 10 men. As Nona look to continue their domination from the first. Thompson is over this throw-in. Mensah. Alan Dre. Looks like Joseph Street will be playing up top for Brookhouse to start this second half at least. Dre. As All laid it off for the Nona captain. Mensah now. Doe. I'll wait for Thompson, who finds Larea. Referee put the whistle to his mouth, didn't call for the foul. As Dre in there. Now Silva and Larea challenging for it. The referee gives the foul Brookhouse's way. Silva maybe wanting a booking there. The two 21s going at it. But it is a free kick, Brooke House. Right in the center circle. As it's sent long. Looks like Hamidou got his head on it nicely. Dre will now look forward for Thompson. Actually, that was Doe running after it. Got cut out nicely by Pless, who's back on his feet. Vasquez, the captain for Brooke House. Matthews. Out wide on this near side for Brumbaugh. Colin Knotts is challenging for it. All bringing it forward, and Kraus is in the middle for him. Charles All, but Brumbaugh looking back to perhaps put a challenge on him. Outwell also challenging. Doe cutting inside. Doe with the shooting opportunity. It's blocked by Pless. And the referee ultimately calling a foul on Doe there. Pless once again staying down. But a frantic opening 5 minutes to the second half. Looks like Pless is struggling a bit yet to get up. As Pless is still down, finally helped up by Malterer, who will take this free kick for Brooke House. Wasendorf was looking for Silva. Here's Dre. Thanoffer. There's Thanoffer with the ball in at the header for Doe just beyond him. Here's Dre. Larea. Looking for Charles All. Finding All. Kolinatis. All with the shooting chance. It's wide of the post. As Pless once again staying down. Gets up quickly this time though, as Dre will look for the corner kick. Alan Dre then with the corner. Malter catching it. And now, that is Vasquez from the back. Doe chasing him. In the end, Thompson as well looking to stop his run as that ball well over the bar. And Wright will have himself a goal kick. Mensah then. Over to Thompson. Now Dre. Beating a few. Now Kolinatis over to All. Back to Kolinatis, the give and go. Kraus is there as well. Maybe offside though. And it is. The flag does go up by the assistant ref. Kraus just ahead of the final defender. as Maltara will once again restart things for Brooke House. As we've already almost played 10 minutes in this second half. Maltara just giving his side instructions before he launches this one upfield. Very nicely headed by Larea. It's cleared by Pless. Out of play. Thompson will have himself a throw. Thompson will throw this one back into play. Just assessing his options. As I think he might have put that ball down. Maybe it's a little flat. Anyway, he'll have the proper one now to take the throw into all. Dre. Taken down by Street pretty clearly. There's Hamidou over to this near side with Thanhofer. Came close in the first half to getting a goal. Finds all, although Ian Silva, remember, on the yellow card, looking to thread the needle. Mensa was there to cut it out. Larea out wide. Here's Kolinatis. Finding Thanhofer for the give and go. Back to the Greek forward. Larea leaving it for Thanhofer. Back for Dre. Ebenezer in a more advanced position. Back to Mensa. And then Thompson. Out wide for Humphrey Doe. Looking for all, just not on the same page with his teammate there, as Maltara has it at the back for Brooke House again. It's cleared only as far as Thanhofer, though. Matthews picks it up. Wasendorf now. Street running beyond him. Looked like he ran offside. Wasn't really an option for Wasendorf, as Doe slipped momentarily. Now brings it forward for Nona. Has all near him. Has to backtrack on his run as Silva was applying the pressure. Matthews picks it up in the midfield for Brooke House. Atwell for Brooke House in the midfield. Thanhofer cuts that one out. Kolinatis is going to keep this one in. Kolinatis now has options ahead of him. Kraus maybe sending it. Could have cut it back. It eventually went for the shot. Maltara tips it over the bar, as Brooke House will have a substitution, actually two ready, with the 15 and 26. So Alex Faranek, one of the guys coming on for Brooke House. But they'll have to wait for this corner kick, it looks like, as Nona look to add a third. It'll be Charles All from this near side. Nona were causing some problems from corners in the first half. Can they keep that going? All will whip it in. Maltara gets a fist or two onto it. As it eventually back with Mensa. Here he is at the back for Nona. Thanhofer. Seen a lot of the play. Those two fullbacks for Nona. Thompson on the other side. Larea. Dre safely back to Hamidou, who goes back to Shane Wright in goal for the Longhorns. Here's All. Thompson. Over to Kraus. Back to Thompson. Doe. Here's Thanhofer. Back with Dre. Doe. As Nona look to find just a little bit of space, as of course Brookhouse with 10 men just sitting behind the ball, all getting past Atwell. Few step overs, back to Doe. Over to Thompson, looking to put the ball in, cuts back first. Thompson into Kolinatis, and it's tipped over the bar by Malterer. It's not the first time he's made a big save. There'll be another corner for Nona. Malterer comes to the rescue for Brookhouse again. It's 2-0 Nona, but he has had a big night in goal. As the changes look imminent for Brookhouse. As I said, it'll be Faranack coming on, as well as Olawiola, the number 15 for Brookhouse. It will be Ebenezer over this corner for Nona, though, after Brookhouse have finally made their double substitution. Larea putting it in. The header from Doe, it just went the other way. Falls to Dre, who finds Larea in an offside position after having taken the corner. Just an awkward sequence of play there. As Vasquez restarts very quickly. Captain for Brookhouse, and just slips. Throw in Nona. Humphrey puts it back into play. Thompson giving it away, though, to Silva. Thompson got the last touch on it. This will be another throw for Brookhouse. As all night long, haven't really been able to test Shane Wright so far in goal. No challenging Street for that one. Brookhouse come away with it. Oh, that's brilliant defending. Brilliant play by Larea in the midfield there. Just sticking his foot in, not giving away the foul, winning it back for Nona. Kraus takes it down on his chest. Matthews is in there, though, for Brookhouse. Silva trying to thread it through to Street. Mensa looking for the interception, just falling over. Hamidou beats the challenge of Atwell, as Nona calmly back with possession. Thompson. Doe running at the back line for Brookhouse as Nona look very eager to add their third of the night. Alan Dre, it came off of his hand. That's unfortunate for the Nona midfielder, who of course opened the scoring tonight. Just bounced off, hit his hand. Nothing you could do about that one. That was a soft foul given against Nona there. Well, restarting things. Vasquez. Ends up going back. Kraus applying the pressure. Matthews. Back to Malterer. Over to this near side with Christensen. the number 2 for Brooke House. Back with the keeper finding Atwell. And Hamidou was in there strongly, but once again, the foul's given away. As Coach Jacobs encourages his men. This has been a pretty stop-and-go second half so far. Not many clear chances. Mensah clears it. Only as far as Silva. Doe was in there quickly. Both sides appealing for that throw-in. It'll eventually be Joseph Street, who looks like he has a long throw on him. It'll be the first time this game we'll see it. Street will throw it in. Has the long run up. Sends it into the area. Right is there. Very strongly, and now sent it out very quickly for all. Hamidou at the back. Mensah, now Thompson. Always looking to drive forward for Nona, sending it towards Kraus. Ahead of him, though. As Hamidou fends off Faranak. As a handball is now given against Silva. Dre restarts things for Nona as Coach Jacobs is asking for better use of the ball as well. It has been a lot of giveaways from both sides the second half. But if any team is going to add to the score, it looks very likely that it will be the home side. As the referee whistles, looks like it went out of play when it went out there to Thompson. Players certainly seem like they didn't think it was. But yeah, it'll be a Brooke House throw. Taken by Vasquez. And once again, it goes out on that far side. I'm just looking for some more quality possession as it's back with Wright. Feeds it over here to Thanhofer. Larea now in the midfield for Nona. They're taking their time coming out of the back. Not much urgency. Don't really need it at this point in the match. All looks frustrated. That once again, it's intercepted. Now the pressure being applied by Doe. It's at the back with Christensen. Out wide on this intercept to Brumba. All put his foot in there. It'll find Thompson, though. That ball looking for Ian Silva. Alan Dre now. Right over the head of Atwell. Finds Charles All. And Nona will look to come forward now with Thanhofer. Larea. That defensive midfield role. Mensah. For the Richie out wide there. Here's Dre. As the sun starts to set here at Austin Tyndall. It's been a pleasant evening after light showers before the start of this one. Faranak almost intercepting that pass back from Thanhofer. Stays with Nona. Back to the Austrian fullback. And Kolinatis sends Stanhofer on his way. Kraus is inside of him. Kraus looking to get a final touch on it. Malterer closed the angle, but it'll once again be an offside called against Kraus with a little over 20 minutes to go in this one. Nona remain in control. Brookhouse not really threatening all that much. As Malterer once again restarts things. That ball out of the back, looking for Farinac. Larea's in there quickly for Nona to win the ball back. Stanhofer keeps it under pressure. Now Street was challenging for it. Ricocheted off of Dre, and Nona keep the ball. Thompson. Now Kraus finally. Oh, and then once again, the flag is up on that near side. Brookhouse holding their line well, as it's a triple substitution coming on for Nona. Fresh legs are certainly needed in this one. So all is off. Gabby Ramos on off the bench. Kolinatis off. Julian Kennedy is on for Nona for the first time this season. And also Pedro Lameres is on. Kraus off. So a triple substitution. All Kolinatis and Kraus off. Kennedy, Lamedas, and Ramos on. So all attacking substitutions. Coach Jacobs wanting some fresh legs up top. Julian Kennedy, a newer addition to the squad, wearing the number 5 tonight, as Atwell goes down under the challenge. And is having, looks like he's struggling there to get back on his feet. But Nona, once again, very much in control of these 3 points here at Austin Tyndall. As Outwell looks just okay to continue. Olaiola getting things back underway. Goes over to Christensen. Now Vasquez getting taken out by Doe. Referee wants a word. And shows the yellow card to Nona's 17. Humphrey Doe in the book. Little unnecessary from the Nona winger, but the referee does show the yellow. Now, Brookhouse start this one quickly. Vasquez lays it off for Silva. Feeding it into the box. Back post. It's headed out of play by Christensen, who came up from the back to put his head on it. Shane Wright will have himself a goal kick, though. As Nona looked to bring it out from the back. Larea. Hamidou. Pressure being applied by Brookhouse. Ramos getting his first touches on the ball. Hamidou just ends up clearing it. Kennedy. Oh, well. Looks like he got stepped on, but no foul. Here's Kennedy driving forward for Nona. Julian Kennedy. It'll fall for Doe. Malterer came out. It's once again an offside against Nona. It's a regular occurrence in this second half. frustratingly for the Longhorns, as Christensen went down on the challenge. Julian Kennedy with a good burst of speed there. Good run forward, though almost getting on the end of it. But Malterer will restart things. Once again, sending his boys forward, and to be playing with 10 men, Brookhouse have handled this second half pretty well. Nona are yet to add to their 2-0 lead. Still time. Still around 15 minutes. As Lemaitis will come forward, trying to feed it in for Kennedy. Christensen was there with the challenge. Lemaitis will go again. This time with Doe on the opposite side. Humphrey Doe running into the box. And the last touch came off of the Nona winger. So goal kick, Brookhouse. As Brookhouse to come forward from the back. Street takes it down, Thanhofer right behind him. Larea with the final touch there. Throw in for the visitors. Brumba back to Christensen. Olaiola. Nicely intercepted by Doe, as Nona can come forward once again in this second half. They've had a bulk of the possession. Lemaitis getting challenged there. Will be a throw-in for the Longhorns. As I believe that is Atwell down again for Brookhouse. Might require some attention here. Not the first time he's gone down in this second half. As Doe is also pointing to his knee. And yeah, the referee is signaling that the change will be required for Atwell. So it has been a pretty choppy second half. Not a lot of clear chances. Nona defending their 2-goal lead. Brookhouse just looking to damage limitation. They're going to keep it at 2 as Atwell looks like he is in pain. Finally is able to get up. We'll have to walk across the pitch and come off here. We'll see who Brookhouse brings on to replace him. Although Thompson is ready for the throw, he just has to wait for Atwell to be helped off the pitch. But it has been another dominant performance at home by Nona up to now. A few players, though, coming up with some injury concerns. As a substitution, looks like number 18 for Brookhouse coming on to replace Atwell. It is Nick Geising on in replacement. Larea chases after this one. We're finally back underway. Ramos, the Brookhouse bench asking for the handball. It did look like it just came off of his body. No foul there. Throw in Brooke House, though, on this near side. Looks like the referee has heard enough chirping from the Brooke House bench. But it will be a throw in right under the scaffolding, as there are just around 10 minutes to go here. Kennedy looking to get on the end of that. Silva brings it down for Brooke House. Christensen felt like taking the safe option for Malterer, who sends it high. Matthews brings it down. Silva looking for the switch of play. Thompson is over there, though. Gets his head on it. Against Vasquez. Doe keeps it in. Intercepted by Geising. Substitute for Brooke House. Well, they will go back. Christensen, as Nona looked to apply some pressure, win the ball back. Farinack. As Olayola's pass out of play. Throw in once again, this time for Nona. Doe. Dre opened the scoring. As I mentioned previously, Gabby Ramos is offside. And it's been around 4 or 5 offside decisions going against Nona. Hamidou gets his head on it. Dre brings it down. Vanhofer gets past his man. Kennedy wanted to take the touch there. Pressure being applied, though. And that comes out wide. Here is Farinack. Looking to beat Thanhofer. Has to track back. Brumba goes over to Matthews. Came on early on in this one. And Brookhouse just resorting to that pass back whenever nothing is available. Up ahead. Definitely keeping more of the ball, as Coach Jacobs wants more energy. Brookhouse have certainly had more of the possession these last 10 to 15 minutes. But the most important for Nona is to just secure the 3 points and move on to their game against Inter Gainesville this coming Tuesday, where it will be Brazilian night here at Austin Tyndall. Here is Alan Dre. Lamaidas has time to pick out Larea. Thompson. Over to Doe. Receive the booking. Looking to get past Vasquez with his speed. Comes back. Here's Kennedy. Maybe has a chance to get the shot off. Kennedy lifts it over for Lamaidas. Puts it in the back of the net. The flag stays down. And Nona do have their third of the night. Pedro Lamaidas with a composed finish. But the assist from Kennedy. And Pedro Lamaidas adds a third. Nona have been looking for the whole second half. Great play by Humphrey on the wing, beating Vasquez with his pace. And Kennedy with the clever chip over the back line. Lemaitis kept himself onside this time, as that has been a problem for Nona the second half, but it is certainly 3-0. And, oh, Larea just giving away the foul. Matthews getting fouled. And now for Nona, will they add a fourth? That's the question. But once again, Brookhouse have performed well with 10 men. They've been their backs against the wall for most of this one. As Wright sends it long. Vasquez intercepting it for Brookhouse. Farinac goes back for Matthews. And Silva just stretching just beyond his reach. As Thompson will, not for the first time this game, restart things from the far side with the throw. Allen asking for it. Loads of space, although it gets closed down. Here's Lemaitis. Ramos. Looking for a long ball, ends up going back. Dre opening it up. Here's Doe. Played a pivotal role in the third. Doe now cutting inside, looks to shoot himself, and it was a wild effort. In the end, well off target. And it would be interesting to maybe get a score update from the Gainesville and Brave game. We'll see if we can provide that before the end of this one. Or Silva out wide. Doe was back there recovering. And it'll be a corner for Brookhouse. Their first of the half, if I'm not mistaken. So corner kick, Brookhouse. As they look to ruin the clean sheet for Shane Wright. Headed away by Thanhofer. That's not happening. Not on that play anyway. Once again, Silva putting the ball in. It was a little behind that. The shot coming in from Vasquez, blocked by Dre. Consecutive corners now for the visitors then. As the referee just making sure. Nothing too crazy going on in the box. Once again, the corner is whipped in. Back post. Wright got a touch on it just to be sure. Had to. It looked like it was maybe going in directly off the corner. Brookhouse did have a man at the back post, though, looking for any loose ball opportunity. Wright doing exactly what he needed to in that situation. Another corner from this near side now. Lots of pace and height on it. Hamidou defending it well. And Nona survived that little wave of pressure and attack from Brookhouse. Most threatening they've looked in the whole match, and that is a testament to the performance that the Longhorns have put in tonight. They've been far and beyond better side here at Austin Tyndall. And the 3-0 scoreline. Showing it as well. Hamidou at the back for Nona. Lemaitis dropping deep. Now it's Thanhofer bringing it forward for Nona. Gets cut out by Ian Silva. He has been everywhere for Brookhouse tonight. Street looking for the ball in. Dre blocks it. Second time, though, it does find right as Mensa went in there as well. But Shane Wright keeping hold of it. Now Kennedy looking to come away with it. Vasquez defending well. Throw in for Brookhouse. And it's back with Christensen for Brookhouse as we are almost into injury time. And that is a bad giveaway by Malterer. Lemaitis took a heavy touch. Is Doe able to get on it? No, he can't. Here's Kennedy. It looked like Lemaitis wasn't even ready for it. Kennedy with the strike right at Malterer. What a chance to add a fourth. Now the ball in behind, looking for Street. Hamidou will shepherd it out of play. It'll be a Shane Wright goal kick, as he wants to send it long. Enough playing out of the back for the UCF keeper. Looking for Lemaitis. Hamidou with the header. It's given away in the midfield. Here's Vieira. Ramos Vieira, that is, for Gabby, of course. As the referee calls play back. As he wants a word with Matthews really quickly. And does give him a yellow card. As the referee wants it retaken. As Brave has beaten Gainesville 3-0. So Nona would have liked Gainesville to take some points off of them. Not possible. But the two top sides in the Southeast Division winning big tonight. Doe looking to lay it off for Ramos. As the full-time whistle goes at Austin Tyndall. Nona are back to winning ways. Very quickly indeed. Another dominant performance at home. And a clean sheet as well. Nona take the 3 points. Gainesville on Tuesday as they look to continue and get another win after a very good performance. So once again, final score, Nona 3, Brookhouse 0. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And once again, just make sure to join us next Tuesday, same time, 7 p.m. as Nona take on Gainesville. Have a great rest of your night.